Hello, welcome to Steve McDonald's Crafting. Today we're going to be doing an experiment to see what happens if you spray a little bit of WD40 into your resin before you mix your colour in and then before you pour. We want to see if it makes any difference or has an effect or causes it problems or gives a beautiful pan. Who knows? We'll find out in a minute. I'm going to be doing this in 2 coasters. Now I've finally got some new coaster moulds. I will link everything that I used today in the description below, so don't worry about that. I have no idea why I've got this mould here, because I'm not using it. But what I've done is I've marked my silicone mat saying with and without. So I know which pots have got the WD-40 in. I've given about 5 sprays in this. And now what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I've mixed this really thoroughly throughout. I don't want to have any spots in this resin where there is no WD-40 because I think that would spoil the experiment. So giving it a good old mix through. I've used J. Diction resin here. I will link it in the description below. It's a great resin, so if you want to get hold of it, you can. Again, making sure this is fully mixed up, scraping the sides and also the stick because I don't want any patches of resin in there that aren't mixed. Now that's mixed up, what I'm going to do is divide this into these smaller shot glasses so I can add different colours to it. Because if not, I know what I'm like. I'll add one colour to a whole lot and then I'm going to mix up more. So once these are all sorted out, I can then start to add my colours. And I'm using mostly my homemade pigments. And if you want to know how to make those, it will save you a lot of money. I'll link that video at the end of this video. So be sure to check that one out straight away. Honestly, you won't regret it. So giving those a good mix in, I want to say a quick thank you to my awesome members. The membership has grown brilliantly. We have such a laugh in the Facebook group and all the additional videos and support that I give. So if you want to become a member, check that out as well. Here's my own black pigment, and again, making sure that I mix it in a little at a time and to ensure that it's fully mixed. I do think though in the second coaster, which you'll see shortly, I probably used a little bit too much black. I wish I hadn't quite put as much black in it, but let me know what you think in the comments below once you see it. I'm using double the amount here because same with the double the amount of white, because the first coaster of course is going to be monochrome because I love the monochrome look. So giving that a really good mix. Again, don't forget the sides and the bottom when you're mixing in pigments, because that way you don't get any spots where there isn't any. Awesome, thank you to my wonderful people who support this channel through buying me coffees and tipping me that way. Really appreciate it, and your names have come up now. So in the coasters, what I'm doing is, I'm doing this in layers. So the white has got the WD-40 in, but the black hasn't. And I'm making sure it's fully covered, the whole of this base. And then, as best as I can, layering this over the top in like a little sandwich. A quadruple sandwich, because then I'll go back over with the white. Again, trying to layer that on. And then once I've got all that white over there, I'll go over with the black. And then I'm not going to mess about with this too much. I want to see what it does. It kind of reacts a little bit in the way that alcohol inks react. And you'll see that coming up soon. And you'll see the colours moving up and down. So now that's all done. And I'm quite happy with that. As I said, I'm not going to mess about with it too much. I'm just popping that to one side, getting ready to do the multicoloured one. The multicoloured one, again, I am using a little bit of mica powder here, and I'm making sure that I mix that all the way through so I've got no clear spots of resin. And I'm not sure what colour mica powder that is. Maybe you'll let me know in the description below. While I'm thinking about it, please check out my other channel, Steve McDonald Crafting. That's growing nicely now. I do lots of different arts and crafts over there. Don't actually do any resin over there, but lots of different things, trying out new things. And it's becoming really popular. So check out the link for that in the description below. Love to see you over there if you're not already there. This is my homemade red. Now, you don't need too much of this because it is quite a dark, deep red. When you're using it, I try and put a little bit in, just enough to colour the resin. And I'm also using the white mica powder as well, because I think that might give it a bit of a lift. And some yellow mica powder, because I do like my yellows and my gold. But as again I say, I do think I put too much black in this. So the first one going in is the red, ensuring that's going all the way round and covering a nice layer on that bottom. Yeah. And just moving that coaster around to ensure that I can get a great layer there. Then I'm going in with the yellow and giving that a layer. And once again, I'm not going to mess about with this too much while I'm pouring it because I want to actually see what it does. Then it's the white. No, changed my mind. Then it's the blue. I think it's blue. Pouring that over. Again, trying to layer it. Then it's the white. No. Now it's the black. And this is where I wish I hadn't put this extra layer of black in. I am hesitating here thinking, oh, should I, shouldn't I? And I think I over darkened it. I think I would have been better without putting that extra layer in. And now putting the white over the top. Can you hear my doggies growling out the window in the background? Bless them. As soon as I do a voiceover, you can guarantee they'll see someone out the window and they'll want to growl. But there you go. I love them, so I can't worry about that. Again, leaving this, and you can see the slight movement starting to happen. I'm popping any of the bubbles now that are on top of this with a long neck lighter, never a torch. I don't want to destroy these molds, but if you look now, you can see these colours moving around and the white moving up and down, and I'll leave these to cure. The coasters have now cured up lovely and hard that I used the WD40 in, and they really have produced an interesting pattern on the top, and the colours are lovely in there as well. So let's take them out and see what they look like. Oh, I love that. Oh, that is really, really different. And I think both sides are very, very different. So you could actually use the coaster on either side. So great result there. But let's have a look with the one with the more colours. I think this colour side has come out really well. Oh, look, I didn't mix my mica powder in there properly, but it's made like a, it's given me some cells, but it's made like a, I love it actually, that way I've not mixed the mica powder in there properly. But it looks like the sky, the way that's come out. And the cells in there as well, there's quite a few cells in there. But don't that look like a galaxy explosion? I love that. And that's what the WD-40 does in it. It really has made a big difference to the way that that has cured. And it's not affected its hardness at all. It's still lovely and hard, but it has given it a beautiful finish. And the more you put in, don't overdo it because it could affect the curing of the resin. But if you put in about another 4 or 5 sprays, you probably get a really different effect on it. So, overall, I love it. Let me know what you think of it in the description below. And I'm sure I'm going to be using this again. I'm really pleased with the way that's come out. I will link everything that I've used in the description below today, including the link to buy me a coffee if you'd like to buy me a coffee. Be sure to boot that like button. It really does help my videos to get out there. And it also lets me know the sorts of things that you enjoy watching. Check out the video that's coming up next. And you'll be really surprised by the results, because I certainly was. Enjoy that video. I look forward to seeing you there. Take care. Enjoy your resin. Bye.